If your color tattoos look like they've aged 30 years by the time the client gets from your chair all the way to the mirror, then you probably need to slow down. So a lot of beginners, when they're just starting out, they practice packing black. Problem is with that, black is very forgiving when you're putting it on fake skin. Then as soon as you switch to color, boom. So then you do another pass and it's still patchy, and before you know it, you're not even color packing anymore. You're just grinding and hacking up skin like a cheese grater, trying to fix a problem that started not necessarily with your technique, but more so the hand speed. By the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to pack color consistently and also how to check it so you can make sure that your saturation is 100% perfect. So then that way, when you tattoo someone, they don't come back in 2 weeks later and you have to completely redo the same tattoo because most of the ink either fell out or it's patchy and inconsistent. All right, so here's how you fix it, right? I've got 2 tattoos here, same design, and I'm gonna show you the wrong way to pack in color on the right side, and then I'm gonna do it correctly on the left-hand side. A lot of beginner artists, when they first start out, they go really quickly because they're worried about chewing up the skin and hacking everything up. But when I wipe it away, you can see that the pigment is not saturated at all. It's super patchy. You can see lots of skin coming through and there's barely any pigment in there. Okay, it looks like a faded t-shirt from the 80s or something like that. But when I do that same motion in a slow and controlled manner, like you'll see that that ink goes in there nice and fully saturated. So when I wipe this one away, we can see that the color is nice, consistent, and it's fully saturated. The only difference was I just stopped moving the needles around the skin like I was having a panic attack, and I just slowed down, used nice, slow, controlled movements, which means the needles were in the skin long enough to deposit enough pigment to fully saturate the skin. You also notice that when I was tattooing this second piece, I was using a lot tighter, more controlled, more consistent movements, okay? This is a big problem that I see with a lot of beginner artists, is that they'll use massive ovals when they're trying to pack, and it's kind of like when you're painting a wall. If you do like huge brush strokes across the wall, yes, you're gonna cover a lot of area quite quickly, but there's going to be gaps. You're gonna miss spots and it's not gonna be fully covered. And it's the same with tattooing. So there's a couple things you can do to fix this, right? And the first being is that when you're packing, if you're gonna use that oval method, it's one of many. There are several other different ways to pack, but if you're gonna do it that way, make sure the ovals are nice, small, tight, and consistent. Now, if you don't do this and you try and do really large ovals when you're packing, then it's gonna take you the same amount of time, if not longer, but you're gonna have a whole lot of patchiness left behind. Now, if you have a much bigger area that you've got to saturate, okay, you still wanna move in slow, tight, consistent movements, but you would just use a bigger needle so that you could tattoo it more efficiently. So the next thing you can do to fix if your packing has come out really inconsistent and patchy is you can slightly, and I mean slightly, turn up the voltage. I don't want this to be the first thing that you try. Again, oftentimes a lot of beginners, they'll come in, they'll just blast up the voltage and rip through the skin. Usually when I'm tattooing and I'm saturating skin, depending on the size of the needle and the part of the body, bigger needles, they need a little bit more voltage, small needles, they need a little bit less. You usually pack it between 7 and 7.5, and that's on a 4.2 critical torque. So if I need a little bit more voltage, I'll bump it up to that 7.5. Now, because I'm turning up my voltage doesn't mean I'm gonna dramatically increase my hand speed. Okay, I'm still gonna move in slow, tight, controlled movements so that the needles have enough time in the skin to fully saturate it. Now, the next thing that we can do is cross-hatching. Okay, this is one of my favorites because when you're using cross-hatching, you're saturating the absolute most amount that you can while causing the minimum amount of trauma. Problem with when you do that packing motion is once you pack a bunch of ink in, you use tight circular motions or tight oval shaped motions, that area is pretty much done. You can't really go over that a whole bunch more because otherwise you're gonna start to tear up the skin. However, if you move in like a pendulum shading motion, okay, you go nice and slow in one direction and then you go nice and slow the other direction, then because it cross hatches over itself, it gives you maximum saturation with minimal trauma because the needle's on a different part and they're not hitting the same spots on the skin over and over again. You just gotta be careful when you're doing this because if you just keep going back and forth over the same spot, that absolutely will chew up the skin. And that's another reason why it's so important to be methodical when you're packing ink into the skin, because if you jump all over the place, you do one section, you jump onto the next, and you come back to the first section to clean it up, you've got no idea how many times you've gone over that part of the skin, which means when it's finished, there's some parts that are overworked and hacked up, and there's some parts that are patchy and uneven, and nothing looks consistent. Stay in one section of the tattoo, and then once that is done, move on to the next section. Don't keep jumping back and forth. Now, if you want to practice this design at home, I'll put a link to it just down below this video. Now, with the small sections, you want to make sure that you go through them with a nice small mag, tight, slow, controlled movements, or you can do that cross-hatching method that I spoke about earlier. After you pack each area, give it a bit of a wipe. If the skin's still patchy, then make sure your hand movements are nice, slow, and controlled, and don't keep going over that same spot again and again and again. Use cross-hatching so your needles aren't hitting the same spots in the skin over and over again. You get more saturation with less trauma caused to the skin. And by the end of it, here's what it should look like. If you're a new artist and you're not happy with where your color tattoos are right now, then chances are you have high standards for yourself in tattooing, which is dope. Congratulations, a lot of artists don't have that. If you would like to get some personalized feedback where we show you exactly what's wrong so you can fix it so you can reach that professional level, check out private coaching, the link just below this video. Also, one thing that I didn't quite have time to cover in this video is that using the wrong needle when you're packing makes it much harder than what it needs to be. So if you find yourself doing everything that I've taught you in this video and you're still kind of struggling, you may be using the wrong needles. If that's the case, you'll definitely want to check out our needles masterclass next. It'll show you exactly what needles to use to make color packing easy so you're not finding equipment during your next tattoo. I'll see you in the next one.